So it's a little after noontime on Thursday. I'm in my office and I just listened to the president talk about the Supreme Court's decision on immigration that he highly objects to. It had to do with illegal immigration, and the president was trying to prevent 4 million illegals from being deported. And the Supreme Court, in a 4-4 split decision, because it couldn't come to a substantive decision, said, look, we're going to keep the Fifth Circuit injunction in place. What does that mean? It means that the Fifth Circuit said, hey, Mr. President, this is not a dictatorship. You are not the king. You cannot decide what the laws are, and you cannot decide to just ignore the laws. So here we have President Barack Obama, another unauthorized use of presidential power, unwilling to honor the Constitution and execute the laws passed by Congress. So the president says, and I've got some quotes here for you, he says, immigration should not scare us. What does that mean? He says immigration will keep us youthful and dynamic. I have a thought. Immigration will keep us poorer and weaker. Mr. President, have you looked at Europe lately? It's a mess. There is open immigration. It's rampant. People are taking over countries, and the countries that originally wanted the immigrants to come in are now like, we can't afford it, crime's too high, this is a mess here. But when the president says that this decision that's in place now tolerates hypocrisy in the system, we need to welcome those illegals. I don't think this president has any idea about the separation of powers. His job is to be the executive. Congress passes the laws, and the judiciary then rules on laws and decisions that come to it. This president, by saying, if we can deal with immigration, we can then create jobs, educate our kids, and then we can protect Americans. You're kidding, aren't you? Maybe it's time to take care of those people in America who need jobs as opposed to the people who came here illegally. And yes, we're all immigrants. My family, 2 and 3 generations ago, came here legally. They abided by our laws. My son had a girlfriend from Belgium, and she could not come here because she could not get a visa. She could not come here legally, while everybody on our southern border says to hell with their laws. We're going to get free health care. We're going to get free education, free hospitalization. So let's just go. This is backwards. The president is not respecting our laws. And he takes, he says, these poor dreamers never had a chance to get it right with the law. Yes, they did. They had a chance to get it right by applying for citizenship. But what you want to do is demean the laws and eliminate the laws. And that's just not who we are, Mr. President. It's really that simple. It's about time you respected Americans, respected the law, respected the courts, and stop with this crazy, I'm the king and I'm going to let everybody in and America's going to look differently. Well, that's fine if they follow the law, but not because you want to just make sure that the Democrats win in November. And that's my thoughts here in my office.